Buongiorno. Buongiorno. I had to convince ADP to take GPA as a project, the CEO of ADP Brazil. And I said, you're going to break my operation because you're too big, you're too complicated. And we have a very good operation right now, and I convinced him with two arguments. One is, we really don't need another supplier. We are living in a situation that we really need a partner. And second, it's about simplicity for the whole project. So no customization. So we're going to try to keep that simple because the environment is already complex enough. GPA, it's a big supermarket, hypermarket, convenience store operation in Brazil. 150,000 employees. We have a peak during the project of 170,000 employees. So close to 400,000 people in the health insurance. So a lot of people to manage in one country in almost 2,000 locations. So a little bit about this project. One country, we have 3 shared service centers, 2,000 stores, very high turnover. At that time, we have 40% turnover, which means that we are hiding and separating almost 5,000 people every month. When we are hiring someone, was taking almost 10 days to get them all the benefits and all the, the setup that needed to perform as an employee. You're losing money. We are paying fines per error, late termination, almost 7 million euros a year. So very complex operation. On top of that, Brazilian government decided that they will implement a thing called e-social. It's a centralized system where all companies need to send daily information about their employees. So we had to complement all this data and send electronically daily this information to the government. The 3 shared service centers, 500 employees. What's the approach that we took? We went for the big bang with almost 170,000 employees at that time. We have 18 months of implementation. We developed a lot of best practice, not only for ADP, but for GPA. And one thing that we developed together was one app, because only 30% of the employees, they have access to a computer. So you need to provide them information on their own app. Today, we have one shared service center. It's fully concentrated. 50 staff, HR staffs running this operation very smoothly. So 50% of all the requisitions is handling electronically. Significant improvement. So all the benefits. So the setup of an employee today is done in hours, not in days. Significant cost saving to the whole company. When we started to discuss about what we are planning to do, we thought about one thing. So the situation is already too complicated, right? So we need to find someone that will take the core system and managing that properly. We're going to have a reliable core system. This part of the HR analytics, we're going to keep it at home, and we develop a very strong HR analytics team. Then there is the middle, right? So like training systems, compensation systems, talent management. In Brazil today, we have tons of HR techs developing very bright solutions for learning, for compensation, for recruiting. And we thought, well, this part we're going to hire because it will change a lot. This part we're going to use cloud solutions, startups. So then will be important for us 2 things. One is APIs. You need to have data flowing through those APIs for you to have a system that you can manage properly. And the second assumption was the mobile. Imagine a company that only 30% access a computer, so portal was not an option. We push it hard, not only with ADP, but with the whole company to the mobile. So our vision was we want to have the employee accessing their data, updating their data at the store using a mobile service. What was our journey? So first of all, this need of consolidation was really important. So that's why we went from almost 500 people to 50. Another decision that we made, the 3 shared service centers of HR was being run by finance. We are facing this very complex regulatory issues, and we started to discuss about Should we outsource? Should we not outsource? But deep, down, we knew that we had to find a partner. We didn't find other partners than ADP. We didn't have other providers in Brazil that could be, strong enough and capable enough to support our operation. Then it was important, this whole conversation with ADP, because they sent a team, we went through the data, so it was a very honest and open conversation. In parallel, we had to go through a major transformation of HR for the HR to be, a good partner of the new environment, of the new system. We changed a lot of HR, we hired a lot of people, and today HR, we had probably close to 2,000 people in HR. Today we're running the whole HR in this company with 500 people. So very, a lot of self-service, a lot of automatization. What was our approach? We went through the whole service. So for us, it didn't make any sense to go in parts. So we go, bigger and bold. So we went through the full service of HR. The approach is really big banging to fix this whole thing. We have a center that with 50 people, and one of the challenges, and especially one of the levers that we're using a lot, is RPR. So we are very clear with the team since the beginning, with the 400 people, that we are going through this transformation, and that was our end solution. We believe that was very important for the team to understand what was our end result. We managed that carefully. We tried to relocate most of the people internally. They knew that something was going on, that we're going to invest heavily in robotization, and that today it's been one of the key successes of this project. Another concept that for us was very important was this app. ADP at that time didn't have an app. In fact, they had an app for the global solutions, which maybe some of you have, but we didn't have in Brazil. I'm not going to, be waiting here to ADP to really download or to wait for the global solution. We need to develop something internally, and we need to develop something now. So we partner in an open book kind of development. So I said how much I had and what was our challenges. He said how much he could invest. And we developed this app. It's a very smooth process that you have all over GPA in Brazil. So what, in my opinion, some of the key items to make that a success? So first of all, during the first 3 months and during the first 6 months, we had end-of-the-day meetings. I personally spent a lot of time with our HR folks explaining changing the concept in how we manage HR in this company. We spent a lot of time with ADP. At a certain point of time, we didn't know who was GPA, who was ADP. We are working together in a truly partnership, and open books business plans. So was a very honest conversation. One thing that I learned, I believe that is stick to simplicity and honest communication. But I believe that was the key, simple thing that we did right that made this project one of the success in Brazil.